Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. That's Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are getting back to Walking Dead Dead City, Season 2, Episode 3. I am expecting big things out of Maggie, Negan, and the Marshal. Just kind of waiting for them to take over. Let's see how long it takes.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you're going to top Cannonball Walkers, but I guess we'll see what this episode brings.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what this journey is going to bring for Herschel and the rest of the crew. Thank you all for reminding me of Herschel in the comics, because it makes a lot of sense now of his attitude. Let's go!
Oh, this is a mess.
Hey, Bob, we are way behind on schedule, so I'm going to need you to get everything hooked up like yesterday. All this stuff needs to be done by tomorrow. Got to have it done.
Boss, I'm not an electrician. I mean, shouldn't we wait for the pros?
This can't be that hard. Couple plugins, couple wires. It's not that big of a deal. We do not have time to wait for the electrician, so just get it done. I'm counting on you, all right?
I'm counting on you. Oh!
Jumping jackrabbits, Bob, what the hell happened?
Oh, I knew this was a bad idea.
Bob's instincts were right, but his supervisor didn't listen. Now Bob's injury could be worth millions.
Wait, did you say millions? Who are these professionals that can help me?
Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury firm with more than 1,000 lawyers and 4,000 case staff ready to fight for you if you become their client. But Bob is worried because he doesn't have the cash to pay for expensive legal fees. Worry no more. When your boss puts you in a dangerous situation and you get hurt, don't settle for less than you deserve. Morgan & Morgan will fight to get you every penny. And the best part? It's completely free unless you win. But Bob feels conflicted. He doesn't want to sue his boss, even if the company hasn't paid him for the last 6 months. When you sue for an injury, you're not suing your boss. You're suing their insurance company. There's no reason to feel bad about getting the compensation you deserve. So if you've been a victim in a car accident, medical malpractice, workplace injury, or any other personal injury, you can hit the link in the description to get Morgan & Morgan to fight for you. Bob did, and he sure is thankful Morgan & Morgan had his back.
Are we starting off with a flashback?
I'll get you a toe.
Would you like some? I am sorry. This is how you've been treated. You shouldn't have been left like this. None of this has anything to do with you, really.
Look at her playing savior-like.
It's like peanut brittle. Why would you know what that was? It's new, made with walnuts. I like it better. I'm going to arrange to get you a proper bed, blanket. Anything else?
Are his legs tied too?
It didn't look like it.
A coat.
It's freezing in here.
Paper and something to draw with.
You missed your chance, Herschel. Could have got out of there right then and there.
Okay, so this episode's probably going to give us flashbacks of showing how their relationship was built.
Carl and his people might have seen us. They could be watching us right now. Monkeys?
From the zoo, maybe?
Oh, that's terrifying.
Quinn's favorite.
From the zoo.
Oh, they're probably hungry. Oh! Ah! Oh, Dunzo! They did not make it out of the episode, Diamond Dave.
Okay. Dude, I was like, was that a gorilla zombie? Are we getting a gorilla zombie?
Let's keep moving.
Do you think it would be that easy to go through the front of a skull with a knife?
I always wondered. I don't think so.
It would be, I don't think your first attempt, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Feels like no.
God, sorry, folks, but that quick glance, I was like,
What is that? They take its heart out? Or is it a
That was like a
massive
blast.
Oh, who's watching?
Who's that? That was like a blast of some sorts.
Yeah, yeah.
It blew from the inside out.
Yeah. Damn it, I was really hoping because your fear of, apes and everything.
Can you
How
imagine?
fantastic would that have been for a zombie?
Oh,
gorilla.
Can you imagine primates in the apocalypse? Think how hungry they'd be. They'd see a human and be like, oh, it's like a cheeseburger walking down the road. I think I'll take that.
You know, we should have asked you on the live about the 100 versus 1.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, if it was us being part of that 100, it'd be 99 because that'd be out.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to say no chance against a silverback gorilla. Because who's going to be first?
Not me.
Saw them heading in up the block.
See that the full perimeter is established, then search the park.
You want us to go in the park?
I doubt the new Babylonians are still alive. You draw the line at children. You always have. I promise, if we encounter the child you saw, you won't have to be the one to kill it.
You won't have to be the one?
Wow. Dang.
Jesus.
I don't think Waylon makes it out of this episode either.
We should be safe here for now.
We're running out of food. We need to start figuring out how to get home.
We need to lay low, buy ourselves some time.
And then we keep going for the methane.
Wow.
Obviously can't do this alone, but we can do what we did in Roanoke.
I thought that we were just exploring.
We split the opposition. We peel off some numbers.
We just got 50 innocent people killed.
And I don't want 50 more to have to die either. We need to finish this now. We have to get the methane ourselves, if you agree, Colonel.
You guys don't have the numbers. Got news for
No,
you.
he just agreed, so. More death. Quinn is coming.
We get the methane, we can help the families those soldiers left behind.
Families whose kids were ripped away from them, forced to join up. You think they care about methane?
Did I not fight for you to take the place of 20 of your people?
I'm pretty sure that I'm the one that did the fighting, and it's a good thing I did because they would all be dead by now, too.
I'm on your side, Mackie. From now on, we do this together.
I always found interesting everyone, having a proper beard in the apocalypse.
All right, how many are we going to lose here, guys?
Well, they're all over.
At least 5.
They didn't even care about losing the governor. Like, they didn't even acknowledge it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got the tall
Done.
grass. Oh, they're so done.
Some are. I'm saying 5 at least.
Just what kind of creature are we thinking? I'm going to say tigers. Tigers will be hunting
Tall grass like this? Yeah, tiger would be the perfect animal in this tall
lion.
grass.
Oh!
1. We got 1. We got 2.
Why is there no screaming after they get captured, though?
Oh, boy. This is cool looking.
Good luck. By the way, the governor was right there.
Oh, I thought the governor got taken out.
Don't move. Hey, wait!
Oh, one guy's always got to peel off.
This is creepy now.
There you
Now
go.
she's done.
Okay.
There's 4. At least that looked like the colonel. I have to go back.
The governor?
What?
Jenny!
Maggie just taking him out like she's going to get the mail. Another bag. Or is that the same one?
I'm pretty sure that's the same one. By the way, we're at 4 if I missed one. Oh, look.
Oh.
That one seemed a little forceful.
Ooh, look at a face on that one.
And there's the chick that was
Yep.
watching. And now she fades into the tall grass.
Mom! Jenny!
In all the seasons of Walking Dead, we've never really seen anything like this, whether it was corn, or tall grass like this.
Well, we did with Connie. Remember, she went and grabbed the baby.
That's right.
Running
Yeah.
through the corn.
Yep.
They gave us no hearing experience.
Yeah,
From
that's right.
Connie's perspective.
Well, now Herschel's lost.
Pheasant pate. Just like Baba used to make.
It's be like chicken salad.
You have a lot of responsibilities. But what I don't get is why the Dama treats you like her red-headed stepchild.
Dama and I are partners. She appreciates me. You don't know her like I do. But when I awoke, I was on a sofa, under a blanket. On the table next to me, there was a plate of kirikikiriki.
Try saying that, Quinn.
No. Oh, the brittle candy. Same stuff she gave Herschel.
One thing I know she sees is you perhaps gone a bit soft. You just need to get your hands a little bloody, is all.
Nobody's gonna get their hands dirty sitting around eating pate. Look, I know you have Barazi in the park. If the soldiers are dead, I'll find them. If they're not, I'll finish them off.
I'd like you to accompany Negan.
Darth
to
Helmet
the
there for a second with that the face mask got there.
This is where Negan's going to take this guy out.
Yep. Let the walkers do the job.
Where's Herschel?
I assumed he was with you.
Oh,
Wait, I have to find Herschel.
Getting yourself killed is not going to help.
Wait. I'm so lost on that edit. There was a ton of them coming in. Aren't they, like, worried about...
yeah, all the walkers, would they just shut a door behind them, or what happened here?
You've been making a lot of noise. We don't like attention. You realize you're being hunted? They know you're in here. They've got the park surrounded. I don't normally take to strangers, but since you're here, I'd rather you stay. When it's time to go, you go. Like we never existed, because we don't.
My son is still out there.
We have people searching for the boy.
We come from the mainland, a federation of communities, everyone working together. We're willing to offer up what we have in good faith.
There's nothing you can offer that nature doesn't already provide.
You're surrounded by the dead. We can clear out the park, make it safe.
The dead aren't our problem. In
probably
surrounding
helping
us,
them.
they protect us. It's why we're still here. We don't
Yep.
fear them. They're us.
You're still going? She said they're looking for him. Sure is fine.
It's her goddamn kid.
Yeah. She's supposed to just sit there?
The only side that ever benefits is yours. They don't need anything from you.
An old hot dog stand with the umbrella.
Copa.
If anybody's
Caesar.
lives in New York and if that's a famous fountain or something, let us know in the comments. Or if it's just a random one.
Ape. Together.
Would you guys stop it with the ape stuff? We're probably not even going to see them.
God, that would be epic, though, wouldn't it?
No. Be careful.
Careful
with
on the
that.
finish on that.
Well, the hammer was cocked too.
Keep going, please. Why did you choose to draw that?
I saw it from the car, and I guess it just stayed with me.
Others might have fixed it up, restored it to how it used to be.
I wouldn't even know what that would look like.
Because you never saw it like that. You didn't live through it.
I don't care how it was. I like it like this.
One of my favorite artists was a sculptor named Dmitri Olestat. He was born in 1907, too young to fight in the Great War, but young enough to never know what came before it. All he knew of the world was death and loss, rage, pain, and he expressed all of that in his art. I heard about what that man, Negan, did to your father.
There's nothing to talk about, really. I wasn't even born yet, so my mom's the one who's all obsessed with him.
I'm sure your mother has big feelings about what happened. So big that maybe she hasn't left room for anyone else's feelings. Your feelings.
Oh, now we're going to blame Maggie.
And the one person who is supposed to be there for you isn't really there.
Boy, here we go. Trying to get in his head.
The manipulation. Which weirdly is there's some truth.
Yeah, well, we do have to keep in mind he's
very
young
Yep.
too.
And you know, that's all they needed was that scene there to give you a complete 100% understanding of how.
And because the way
they don't mind
Herschel
each
was
other.
already kind of thinking Maggie was way too obsessed and not caring enough about him as it
left
was.
the door open. She's testing.
Ugh, they're not even playing Easy Street for him.
Testing him to see if he'll stay or go.
Looks like we're on the right path. If you were wanted by the mainlanders, it means you lived with them. And that makes you a mainlander.
Why did the mainlanders cross the river?
I don't know. Why?
They did.
Well, bam!
Just waiting for it.
I was waiting first. I thought for sure that was coming after the joke.
Yeah.
Oh, look how creepy that is.
It's almost like a callback to when Tyrese, Daryl, Bob, and all of them went on that first run to the college.
Yeah. Yep. And they had to chop
the
all the
garage.
weeds away to get
Yep.
the minivan out.
Uh-oh.
There you go, Waylon.
Motherfucker!
Oh, we got a gusher.
That was almost too easy.
Wow, that was. I thought it would last a little longer than that.
I told you they're just clearing out everybody for Negan, Maggie, and the Colonel.
They got rid of him right quick.
You were right, by the way. She was wrong to chastise you. She only has her sons to think about. Whereas the rest of us, we have to think about New Babylon.
What about the 20 people that she just said, I want to save and I'll go fight these?
They can't see what's possible, that we can get it all back to the way it was.
Can't go back, Bob.
Can't go back. Oh, we gotta
Help them see it. Well, you remember when Rick said that about, was it Alexandria? I wondered how many of you I'm going to have to take out or
To save.
Yeah, to save.
Well, but these folks are embedded in this way. I mean, we're talking, what, 15 years in? Give or take, or whatever it
You're
is?
just going to turn them into soldiers?
Oh, yeah, we'll just show them our way. It's not going to be that easy.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. You saved me, right? I'm looking for my friends. I'm lost. You like the drawing?
Yes.
Can I show you? Like that.
No.
Oh, come
okay,
on.
yeah.
Oh,
He's the walker.
now, yeah.
Oh, not yet.
Can't believe he got out of that. Oh, what?
Oh, Jesus.
Well, he said he would do it.
I think if he knew how to use that, he'd have done that by now.
Do it.
Negan going to show up?
We better get that girl to tourniquet on her and get her some help.
Yeah.
Let's get her some help. ASAP.
Yeah, that's not good. See,
another
there
one.
it is again.
Herschel! What happened? Was she shot? I thought I heard a gunshot.
I'm just gonna not say anything about Negan,
Wow.
Ma.
No, not at all.
Not yet.
Watch, she's gonna need antibiotics
Yup,
on the
and the-
mainland.
Yep, and they're going to have it. Well, sometimes you get bit, sometimes you don't.
You okay? I'm glad you're okay.
I'm sure she set all that up for him.
Very old, very prestigious theater.
It's a lot of candles that were lit.
Bit of a fire hazard.
Is this your room?
It's yours. I had it made especially for you.
And she's giving him like all this luxurious
Yep.
stuff that
And all the
Maggie
art.
really can't,
No.
given their situations, that is. It's a, it's a, wow.
Oh, it's a big old utility elevator. That's his room. I suppose some of those can be pretty huge.
In the apocalypse, after X amount of years, no way would I want that being my room.
Oh, well. Sure, it's fine.
I know you see it
Well, you get to
for what it is.
go up and have a view.
There it is.
There's
That's
the view. Yep.
broken. So now we get to build something new. We get to make new rules. I've lived too long to unknow what I've known. All I can do is show you the canvas, give you the materials, the resources, and the power.
But what's in it for you?
Maybe she
Dama.
wants somebody to make him new or make her new art. Maybe it's as simple as that. She needs an artist. Resident artist.
Or a nice young mind to mold.
Mm-hmm.
You're a short
Not-
one round.
And not a word between them. That was interesting.
Very.
Yep, she's going to need antibiotics. Can't be stabbed with a dirty old signpost and...
I couldn't find you, and I didn't know what to do. She showed up and started asking about my drawing, so
Your drawing?
one of the Croat guys attacked us.
Who killed him? You?
It was Negan.
What was he doing there?
I don't know.
Was he with the Bratzi?
No,
I mean, were they...
I mean, I don't know.
Did he say anything? Did you talk to him?
It wasn't time.
Did you see where he went afterwards?
I said I don't
When
know.
Herschel, how could you not look?
Because I didn't, okay? I didn't see anything because I don't give a shit about Negan.
Herschel, okay.
Because apparently you're the only one who gets to give a shit about him and everything he did, so that I can't even.
Oh, he's got all that in his head.
Reinforcing it.
Yep.
I don't know if there's anything that'll help, but take it.
When the dead rose up, she was just a 4th grader in a class field trip. I happened to run into them at Federal Hall. We've been together a long time. We've managed it on our own, doing it our own way.
You're not even... Wow. Interesting.
They're distracted. They'll be...
Because the girl is dying. Stand down, Major.
Man, Jenny is just seeing everything.
Just
observing how everybody
taking it all in.
behaves.
And she's gone. They're doing their goodbyes. She's good as
Their
gone.
Goodbyes, yeah. We're not even going to try with some antibiotics or something.
Unless it's a femoral artery thing.
Well, she'd be done already.
I
if it was a
suppose,
femoral
yeah, that's
artery.
true.
But if it was an antibiotic
She's
thing-
infected. I mean, she's sweating.
I'm sure, well, that his weapon, I'm sure, was filled with Walker guts because he was able to get out of the tunnel.
Yeah, look
so.
how much water she has on her neck there.
Yeah. Are we watching Midsommar or what? The fuck?
No. Who are we to judge? I'm just waiting for Jenny to just tell these guys they're all crazy and leave.
That's what her face is saying.
Jeez. Just...
We'll have to go back to that
there-
after.
What is
this.
that? Is
Wait,
that what we?
wait.
Yep.
Hey, it's that rock. That is what we've been seeing in everyone's chest.
Oh, yep.
Because look at the imprints
yeah,
there.
it's the heart. Yep. Right there.
Yep. And she takes out the heart.
I did say it. Taking out the heart. Check the tape.
Didn't even have to say Umam Shiba. Umam Shiba.
Part of me is like, oh, they're injured, so let's keep them. Jeez, let's just add to our Walker wall protection out there. That's part of what I'm thinking. Like, oh, well, you're hurt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Saving ya.
Instead of taking them out. Yeah.
You can serve another purpose.
There you go. Keep their heart so like a part of them goes on.
Yeah, something.
Didn't find anybody. There was an accident. We got stuck in a bit of a thorny situation. A death trap. I mean, if someone like Waylon went down that fast, soldiers are long dead.
Stop buying your story,
Not
Negan.
buying it.
Accidents happen.
I kind of think that he just made that in his memory checkmark bank. Like,
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
That or was it like I know what you did, but we've got bigger fish to fry sort of thing?
Okay, here we go with the heart. But maybe it was him also trying to set him up and like, all right, he got his hands bloody again. So maybe now,
Yeah,
maybe that was a motivator.
Yeah, maybe. Hey. Yeah, because they did reference Negan getting his hands bloody.
It's like put her back out there.
Well, yeah, because now she
she'll
becomes,
add to it.
Again, of the security.
Yep.
I asked you if the city has some kind of pull on you. You said no. Were you telling me the truth? I just want to understand.
I know everyone just sees this terrifying city. I guess I just don't see it like that. To me, it's this place that's been through so much. Broken and then ignored and abandoned. An island no one came to save.
Well, he did blow up the bridges.
Oh, is he talking
He's
about
talking
himself?
about himself here.
Now that it's over, it can be something new. We can make it whatever we want it to be.
That's exactly what Dama said, word for word.
This new world, we're going to have to protect it. We're going to have to make some hard sacrifices. And when you go home, there may be some things that you're going to have to do. Looks like you need a fresh pencil.
Is Herschel going to be a double agent for her?
And look what else we can give you.
That's a sign of trust, too.
Yep.
Oh, boy, you know, kind of a mixed bag episode for me. Honestly, they did a lot of things right and a lot of things I really enjoyed. But then there were some things I was kind of scratching my head at a little bit. One, like you said, Diamond Dave, kind of that weird edit where, okay, the zombies were coming through the gate. And I kind of wish they'd make up their mind about the zombies. Do they know you're there? Do they not know you're there? Are they gonna give chase? Because when Maggie walked out and was looking at him, they didn't care about her at all.
Yeah. So the caveat to my question of like, why was that such a weird edit is this right here. She did kind of give some words saying, we don't fear them. So let them come on through. So they at least answered some of my head scratchers right there because they showed this, the leader of the group mentioned all the other stuff.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like, okay, I understand what they did there.
The only thing that I question that as a follow-up is in previous everything, if the walkers see people go through a door, they go and they pile up against the door, they don't stop. Now it's like, we walked away, so the walkers just stopped following us.
Yeah.
They didn't follow the door. And then when a handful are up against the door, smashing it, that noise brings in more and more and more. Next thing you know, you're surrounded. So it's a bit of a unique play here.
Yeah, I mean, the callback to season 1 of Walking Dead with the mall where they were in the store and the walkers were up against the glass windows and the one, was smashing it with a rock. They were trying to get in. We've seen that a number of times. So yeah, I mean, to me, it was just. It was fun. I get, they're setting up this new community, which, by the way, all of a sudden, boom, here's another community just dropped in on you. But I got a feeling this is one that like everything is going to go wrong for them. Our group, they've been living for, how many years here fine in Central Park area. Our group is going to show up. Things are going to go wrong. More red shirts probably going to get wiped out. I did say the governor wasn't going to make it. And, well, sure enough, we cared probably more than they did from the judging of things. Nobody seemed to notice. It wasn't like, hey, our leader died for nothing. Why are we doing this? But no real acknowledgement there. So, again, tons of potential. I feel like I've kind of nitpicked it here enough. So the things that I like was I really enjoyed explaining Herschel's character and what he's after. He's the way he is, one, because he's a very young man. I would assume probably 16 or younger, maybe, probably. And he's only ever known this world. Maggie's been pushing him away this whole time. And then all of a sudden, somebody comes along and offers him something and gives him her full attention. And that's all Herschel's ever really wanted. And I mean, they basically told us as much. He was quoting what Dama said pretty much word for word, and she said that she was going to need something from him. I'm immediately thinking, okay, is he going to have to deliver his mom to Dama? Is he going to have to be some kind of double agent for her? Or maybe just, he was the one that set the tires on fire. So is his role to just kind of let her know where they're at the whole time that he's with them. But nonetheless, I like that they explained it, and a ton of great little details in here that I liked. The issue of trust with her, giving him a bigger pencil, leaving the door open. I do think she set up the walkers in the hallway to know that she was going to maybe come in, make the save after letting him out to, again, make Herschel have more trust for her. So, yeah, I mean, I really liked a lot of the little small things here. Again, Waylon, that guy had no chance when he was with Negan. So I like that they had that in there. So a fun episode. And I think any gripes I have, now that I'm kind of rolling them back in my head and thinking about it, look, I'm just going to chalk it up to being a zombie apocalypse movie or show, and those things happen, and maybe you just have to accept certain things, like some characters having plot armor, never getting bit despite, being jumped from behind, the walker's head's right there. I guess we just kind of have to let it go a little bit.
Yeah, even that scene of Negan walking through that tunnel with the vines, like they were right there all over him. And they just didn't behave like the other ultra aggressive walkers that we've seen. So it's interesting. Sometimes it feels like they take liberties and and how aggressive they are, which is fine. You know, you'd have different levels of aggression, I'm sure, you know,
energy level, or how fresh or old they are.
Right. I mean, a lot of different variables, I guess. But look, it was a good episode. I like the idea of them kind of being lost in Central Park. The tall grass gives you a layer of anxiety that you wouldn't otherwise have.
That was very cool.
Just not being able. It's one thing to know there's danger. It's another thing for it to be around the other side of a wall. It's another thing where there's essentially a 360-degree threat that you're not going to be able to recognize until it's a few feet away from you, and when you can hear it, and then basically right on top of you when you can see where the threat is at. And so that was pretty cool. The idea of the zoo, you know, we speculated on that early on, and you know, even at the end of the last episode, we heard the big roar, but they're dragging that one out a little bit. I think it's definitely a lion or a tiger, based on my experience with being at zoos and hearing lions and tigers roar. So that's where that's at. You know, we got the tiger already in Walking Dead, so you know, to have another one come and save the day might be cool, but maybe it's already kind of been done with the tiger, so maybe we get a lion. I don't recall ever seeing any lions in The Walking Dead. That would be absolutely terrifying to have to confront a lion
with a pointy stick.
Yeah, right. Yep. No, but yeah, you know, it's interesting seeing what the major wants to do. Like, oh, we just have to show them that our way is better, and then they'll want what we have. And it's like, no, they kind of said they don't.
Yeah,
you know?
they seem like they're doing fine.
They seem like they're doing fine, and they're getting by. And yeah, Central Park is big enough to where there's going to be wildlife for food and plants for whatever they need. And again, there's enough of a walker population, I guess you'll call it, that people don't want to go in there. You know,
it's like a moat.
So it's like they've got their own setups and they're happy there. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Colonel and the Major decide to do moving forward as far as the next steps. You know, I'm thinking Herschel is definitely working for Dama in some capacity. But maybe as he spends time with his mom, he'll kind of rethink, you know, the decisions that he's making. Or
he's going to have to make a choice.
Look, because I think at this point they're making it pretty clear that, you know, he's there doing a duty. They gave us the flashback with Dama saying there's things you're going to have to do. We know he set the fire with the tires and stuff like that. So it's just a matter of whether, you know, he's got these jobs he's supposed to carry out and whether he can build enough of a connection with his mom to where he decides to back out of that stuff, and then how that moves or how that impacts things moving forward. But another good episode, not the most riveting, but definitely good.
Yeah, well, I mean, just before we kick it over to Diamond Dave, I mean, I thought it was pretty riveting, but I thought a lot of it was small stuff, like the way the Croat looked at Negan, the way Dama looked at Herschel, the way Maggie's looking at Herschel when she saw the walker and like seeing basically that's Herschel's future. But I thought they did it in kind of a non-traditional way with not so much action, but really kind of setting up our characters.
Yeah, little things.
Yeah.
Subtle little things. And some may not say it's subtle. I feel like this is one of those episodes where I can see everyone's viewpoint and probably not even try to argue it. Like if you said it sucks, hey, well, tell me why. Hey, it's great. Great, tell me why. Or if, you know, there was a 50-50 on it, I'm like, hey, great, tell me why. I feel like that's where
it was a
this
very mixed
episode
bag.
kind of falls in. I don't feel like folks could be wrong with anything they say in our comments or whatnot with this episode. It's interesting. I'm going to start off with something that's bugging me, and you may not agree, and that's totally fine. The walkers. They are getting real pushy here with from what we've seen many times before in the past. They'll be like right here on you, and you're telling me they're not even going to even halfway bow down and try to bite you. Jeannie was in a moment there.
Yeah.
Herschel was definitely in a moment.
And that's not Jeannie's first time either this season.
No.
It's been real close.
I mean, it's been pretty consistent with some of these walkers. They're like,
at least in this 3-episode series, to your point, they've been consistent with it, which is good.
Yeah. I mean, they're very non-aggressive walkers compared to what we've been given in, you know, the past and other series and even in, you know, season 1 of this. Negan walking through, it's like as soon as one in that tunnel started making noise, the rest of them would have just gone, and he had enough time to get out, and he even kind of had to push him towards Waylon.
It's not
That
like that
I
was
didn't have a problem with, though.
I guess for me,
Surprisingly.
it wasn't like that was a chain link fence on either sides. It was some vines, and granted, those can grow pretty thick, but
they
And
can.
They can be pretty restrictive with the vines. Have you ever? I'm sure you guys at one point in your life tried ripping some vines off a wall or something like that. They're not easy, but don't get me wrong. There's some spots where it could be like, oh, all right, an arm got through, or whatever. Either way, that didn't bug me too much.
Yeah, I mean, it
but
almost
it's
seems
when they're
like
this close, like on Jeannie
right.
and
You
Herschel
just
right there.
throw
It's
that
like,
forearm underneath the chin, and you're good.
A little question mark there.
It
but-
seems like they're
little
going
bit.
for style and artistic imagery over what the walkers
we've
normally
seen.
do, what they've
What
done
we've seen.
previously. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm comparing it to. Obviously, we have not been in a zombie apocalypse ever, so how would I really know? But from
Black
what
Friday
the show
shopping.
has given me in the past, I'm kind of making judgments off that. Again, you may not agree with that. Totally fine. I'd love to see your comments anyways, to see what your thoughts are on that. I feel like the quality, and not the way it's shot, just the quality of the show, I don't want to say it's not bad, but when you watch the main show and then watch here, and I get it, some folks will be like, Dave, yeah, they're spinoffs, so you don't expect it to be the quality of the main show. But still, it has prominent characters. You know, you got Negan, you got Maggie in here. We're getting what I feel now in episode 3 here is basically the origin launching point story. Maybe origin is a bad word, but basically the launching point story that it's going to start molding around Herschel now. Like Maggie, I feel like Negan and Maggie in the first 2 episodes were basically the beginning of the pivots. And I feel like this episode, and I could be wrong, episode 4, we probably don't even see Herschel, but I feel like right now we're kind of getting that launching pad for Herschel, which I'm cool with. To kind of see that story. And if some folks know the comics, Carl was around, Herschel was around. I don't want to, because I know some folks probably don't know. So it was an interesting journey for those two. I'll let you folks kind of talk that out if you want to in the comics. But that's where I kind of wish now Carl was around, because, man, if he was around and we're doing these spinoffs, and maybe it's a different situation if they don't write off Chandler Riggs, and maybe we still have the main show and they're doing this. Who knows? Either way, I feel like we could have them kind of go. But now Chandler's gone. We got Judith, so I wonder at some point they're going to even entertain that. Maybe not. Who knows what the future holds for all this, but I'm kind of intrigued to see if Judith will take that Carl role at some point, if they are successful with all this stuff. Hopefully, maybe. I am actually intrigued with the way, I shouldn't say intrigued. I like the way they did the flashbacks to give us the full understanding now of Dama and Herschel's relationship, which very convincing by the Dama on her choice of words, because now we see it very reflective of Maggie here, especially when he was really hesitant to say Negan's name, and that's why she started machine gunning questions at him.
Exactly the way Dama said, well, probably inferred or said that she would.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought that was pretty cool to give us that relationship throughout the episode here. This group here, I don't know what to think about it, but I will say different culture, probably, obviously, here. I am intrigued by the way they decided to operate. I have to go back and check out the situation there again. It almost looked like they weren't really working on her. It was more of just let's keep her comfortable, and we already know her fate kind of thing.
Well, I think they knew that she was stabbed with a dirty, bloody walker weapon. So right there, it was game over as soon as she was stabbed with it. Because, like, you remember in the comics, the Saviors would coat their weapons, and Dwight had the arrow that he swapped out, and so
yeah. Well, either way, just a different situation. I guess you could throw this under grieving. Is that the way we should probably look at this? And the way that they take the heart, and then I was with you. I thought maybe they just bury the heart and let the spirit live, but they gave the heart to the walkers.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. Definitely, I missed something there. So if you folks can give me a little heads up there, that'd be great. I like that top view back to the grass. I thought that was a pretty unique shot. So way to be innovative there. Negan's different approach now. It's just, I kind of label it now to pro wrestling. You get different iterations of said character, right? Like Stone Cold. We had the badass, take no shit for 2-3 years, and then he was a heel, kind of jokey, and then it was just all on the chance, just different iterations of Stone Cold. We're getting a different iteration of Negan here. Definitely a calculated more approach, slow calculated approach, but that's what we're getting. And I'm intrigued by two things here with Herschel taking that shot at Negan. Kind of curious real quick for you guys' thoughts. Clearly he can't shoot a gun because it looked like he was aiming for him, but just never really handled a gun before. So it looks like he missed because of the way he was not trained or never was trained or first time shooting it. That stare down was unique because it seems like as much as he keeps telling us, the audience or Dama, that, you know, I don't care. I wasn't born yet, but you were pretty much right there. That all happened before I was born, blah, blah, blah. But yet, whenever Negan's around, it's almost like Maggie's rubbed off on him enough to where he's like, but granted, it was Glenn, it was his dad, so I got to assume he still harvests some certain emotion there, regardless of what he tells everyone was before I was born.
Yeah, I mean, I'm almost wondering if it was, and I'd have to go back and watch and see how Herschel's been when he's having to fight before and fight other humans. Do you think that was a thing where he saw Negan, he was pissed that he saw him, and he's like, oh, I should shoot you. I want to shoot you. Oh, I can't do it. And he aims away and pulls the trigger, kind of like in the
maybe if I do it, Maggie will stop
or something. Remember like in Fast and Furious when Dom hits the wrench on the side of the rock.
I mean, if we scrub back to when he is handling the firearm, he looks pretty nervous with it.
See, I thought it was nervous because he didn't want to shoot another.
Well,
human.
he was.
The sound.
It was like when he took it out, he was holding it.
A lot of considerations. Yeah,
he
right
was.
there.
Yeah, I mean, Negan looks far enough over to his left, and the other thing is, like, right when he had it out, he had a proper grip on it, and then he let go and kind of. And then also when he shoots, he kind of did one of these. So
and his facial reaction.
I felt like it was more like I'm mad at you. Going back now, watching it again, it's more like I'm mad at you than he's trying to hit him.
Or maybe it was just like a warning shot, like get the hell out of here.
See how he kind of went like that. Yep. And he wasn't holding it, properly.
I'm glad we went back to.
And you can when you rewind it a little bit, you can see that right when he takes it out the first time, he means
business.
He's in a good spot. Right when he has it,
he's
there.
holding it, right there.
When he's holding it on the other guy, when he's holding it on Waylon, he's got it properly. That's not to say he's not nervous, but he's holding it properly.
See, right there though,
just goes for the safety.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
so he knows.
And like Waylon said, if he was going to do it, he would have done it already. Well, that was a guy who meant him harm that was coming for him, and he didn't shoot him. So why would he shoot Negan?
Well, and
now Negan, it's hand back up, and it's again, he's not doing any sort of proper aim. And then Negan, when he shoots, Negan looks over to his left. So,
oh, interesting.
Yeah, more stuff out of Herschel. And like I said, folks, I'm with Diamond Dave on here. I'd love to hear your comments. For me, this episode was one where it had a ton of stuff that I loved and a couple of things I scratched my head at. But, I like where we're going. And just a few more of the red shirts to get rid of here. And next thing you know, it'll be right back to Negan and Maggie and Herschel and Jenny. And by the way, Jenny, I don't know if it'll make the cut.
Yeah, she's been doing
the last thing I'll say real quick. She's just sitting there. To me, she's sitting there looking like
everything.
And you'll have to pardon me for swearing here, folks, but she reminds me of Clark Griswold at Christmas Vacation, sitting around going, "I think you're all fucked. Like you're all a bunch of idiots. I'm just gonna watch you all get eaten, and then I'm gonna get out of here." That's totally the vibe I'm getting out of Jenny, and I love it. I think she's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, she's just taking everything in, and it's great because she doesn't even have to say a word. And I was kind of curious to see how that would work. In this episode, I'm like, okay, it works because all she has to do is just sit there and let everything. She's literally visible, but also hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, she's doing the Michonne thing, just not saying anything that she doesn't have to, taking it all in. So I love it. So, look, this episode, a lot of fun. Love to hear your comments. So for Diamond Dave Damone, that's the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. This was Bad Medicine. That was Dead City. We will see you back here for the next one.